ETV.
Come with me. Today I'll show you all the materials you need to paint and to find the proper lighting. And finally, we'll begin our sketch on canvas with charcoal.
She shared the joy of painting with hundreds of viewers here in South Carolina. Then, through SCETV, went on to capture the hearts of would-be artists throughout the nation as her acclaimed series, ILONA's Palette, became a staple on PBS. That was almost 30 years ago. Today, ILONA ROYCE SMITHKIN is still teaching, still counseling, still molding, and still sharing her unique philosophies and her art.
When you get older, you have a much simpler shape here. A little slimmer here, a little fatter here, right?
Yes, yes.
Why do you still do these impromptu classes?
Keeps me young, keeps me alert, keeps me with both feet in life. If I were to retire, and no matter how much I love painting, if I would just sit on my easel and paint, I wouldn't be part of the world. I would just become very one-sided. And this gives me breathing air. Each time, Beryl, when I'm with a family with whom I'm staying, I live their life for 1 week or 2 weeks, as long as I'm there. And that life enriches me, because I would never have had that life. That kind of is a family life. I'm with their worries, with their sorrows, with their joys, with their excitements. I'm part of the thing, and that gives me a great deal of richness.
We caught up with ILONA during a recent residency in a Forest Acres home, where a select group of students eagerly gathered daily to hone their skills and to fellowship with ILONA. Who takes your classes?
People who love painting. Some of them have been with me for a long time. Some people want just companionship, and some people enjoy other artists, and some people really want to have a real good background, and some people had a different technique and want to learn this technique. So it's a variety of reasons. You know, some people are just interested. They saw me on the TV show and they want to see, is she really like that or is she different?
I was just going like...
Never show pimples or black heads.
Okay.
Never.
But the nose, I don't know how you do that.
Oh, get up, darling, I'll show you.
Can she be for real? This diminutive octogenarian dynamo with the flaming red hair and the eyelashes to match.
What they see is what they get. I find it's wonderful aging in one way. You do not have any pretension anymore. You are really you. At least I am. I can't talk for anybody else. But for me, life has really started just a few years ago, in which I found who I am, what I can do, what I can't do, and really enjoying it for no other reason but being alive.
I'm looking at you strangely, ILONA, because anybody who's watched you over the years would have the feeling that you were always in love with life and that you always had that self-assuredness.
I was always hungry for life, Beryl, and I always had hopes, and I always wanted to do something which is special, maybe which could help somebody, or which would be something wonderful, something special, and not just be a grain of sand. And now, you know, it has turned around. Now that I don't have to anymore prove anything. And it's wonderful to be a grain of sand with thousands and millions of other grains of sand. With grains of sand, I mean, just being alive is a joy. This isn't just a superficial joy. It's a joy of being alive. I can also help other people. I have undergone so many problems and so many things which everybody else goes through in one way or another. And so I understand people better, and I feel closer to people now than I've ever felt before. I feel closer to my paintings. When I do an apple, it's not just an apple with a pretty color. I almost put myself in it. I see where it turns around. I can feel what is happening there. And everything I learn in painting, I can apply in my everyday life.
ILONA, what do you teach your students?
Well, I teach them how to look for things, how to see, how to use their tools, how to use their paints, how to discover things, how to broaden their mind, actually. Because any discovery, if it's something how to cook or how to dance or whatever it is a discovery, and it enriches you. It gives you an extra little something which you didn't have before. Or you had it before, but you didn't know you had it. And you know, this is so wonderful, Beryl. Most people have so much more than they give themselves credit for. And ever so often, I pride myself, I can coax it out of them. I don't teach them how to paint. That they have to do. I'm giving you the surroundings. I show them how to use their tools, what to do with them. I teach them the craft. I show them the possibility when you do that, you might be in hot water. If you do this one, it might save it. And when you have something which looks very awful, you still can fix it, like everything in life.
How do you describe Ilona's technique or Ilona's style of painting?
It's Impressionism, which gives you a lot of freedom. You don't have to be correct and exacting in it, you know. You can be loose, you tell the truth, but you say it easygoing, you know. Many times with my students who are just wonderful and very accepting, but many times I repeat over and over, they hear me, but it didn't digest, it doesn't go through the inner apparatus of understanding. And this is what I try to show people. We needed somebody in Provincetown where I have a summer studio, and the Art Association, as you know, most of the arts funds have been taken away, and I offered my services to the Art Association and Museum in Provincetown to do a performance. And I did a few Marlene Dietrich songs, which I knew how, and I knew that I could dress up like fun.
So you think of yourself as a singer too?
No, not at all. Entertaining, maybe, you know, because I have no voice. Neither did Marlene Dietrich. I have great legs, so did she. I mean, she had great legs. I do too. So far, so good.
So far, so good. You are, for want of a better word, flamboyant. What's with the eyelashes?
My eyelashes came into being when I decided no more to be afraid of the world or of anything, and I'm really going to try hard to find a little nook for myself. And it came completely unexpected. I didn't even expect that it makes a splash. It makes more of a splash today than years back when I started to wear them. But you see, now I can afford to be flamboyant because I am a person who sees everything. Let me tell you, I see my colors twice as strong as ever before. I see people twice as attractive as ever before. I find something marvelous about a tree, a bush, a water. It can be polluted, but even there I can find something interesting. And flamboyant, I believe in what I believe, and I'm no more ashamed. And this is me, my crazy hair, my eyelashes, the way I express myself in very honest ways. I make sure I do not hurt anyone because I was hurt a lot in my life. This is unnecessary. Everybody has such gentle and such vulnerable places, male, female, children, anybody. And it's unnecessary to be harsh to anybody. And for me it's easy because I am so happy. So I want to partake for another person to be happy.
What accounts for this new joy that you have?
I cannot pin it down exactly, except, yes, I can tell you. About 3-4 years ago, I was extraordinarily unhappy and depressed. And it came about because so many of my friends didn't want to walk with me. So many people didn't want to go out at night anymore where I was in New York. So many people got ill. Some lost their minds. Some were handicapped and so on. And I suddenly found myself quite alone almost.
Are you in love?
Of course I am. How could I be like that if I wouldn't be in love? I'm always in love. And besides, I'm in love with life.